everyone. Welcome back to another exciting week of Pop Gumbo, where we're talking what is popping in pop culture. Guess who I am? Dr. Tachi, and we're about to get to it. First up, we already know the icon that is Tracee Ellis Ross has a passion for all things acting. She's got a passion for her hair care line and beauty. We also know she is a passionate fashionista. But one thing you may not have known is that she is also very passionate about solo travel. And you're going to be able to see all of that in a new show that she has coming up on Roku. She is actually going to take us on her solo adventures to breathtaking destinations on her new show called Tracee Travels. It could also be called Travel with Tracee, but I like Tracee Travels. Now, we don't know exactly the destinations she's going to visit, but we do know that it is going to debut in 2025 on the Roku channel exclusively. I think we need something to get us into the travel spirit before I read to you what she said. So, I brought along my travel hat. Don't mind it sitting on top of my head wrap. And some travel shades. She says this: I took my first solo trip when I was 22 years old. Back then, I decided I would not wait to do the things I wanted to do or wait for life to come to me. I've been traveling solo ever since, although now there's a lot more luggage. So on top of us knowing her for being the beloved Joan Clayton on Girlfriends, being the founder and co-CEO of Pattern, a curly forward hair care line, which by the way is the top BIPOC brand right now, also being in American Fiction, the award-winning film American Fiction, and completing 8 seasons of the successful show Blackish on ABC, she can now add travel host to that repertoire. And while many may consider Tracee Ellis Ross like a real-life Barbie, filmmaker LaGuerria Davis is hoping that her documentary, which is out on Netflix now called Black Barbie, will lead to an uptick of Black designers at Mattel. So in 2011, Davis moved to Los Angeles to pursue filmmaking. She actually moved in with her aunt, Beulah Mae Mitchell, who, by the way, was the first Black woman who was hired to directly work with the Barbie line in 1959. Davis told Shadow and Act that it started with her sitting down with her aunt to have a conversation over some snacks and Manischewitz. So even though Mitchell began working directly with the Barbie line in 1959, she started working at Mattel in 1955. And what she did actually changed the trajectory of the way many little Black girls saw themselves. She encouraged Ruth Handler, who was the creator of Barbie, to create a more inclusive Barbie, one that looked more like her. So an African-American Barbie. So Davis tells the story of Black Barbie through 3 Black women who have a personal connection to Black Barbie. Her aunt, Beulah, also the woman responsible for designing the first Black Barbie, Kitty Black Perkins, and former Mattel project designer and creator of the company's Sew in Style line of Black Barbie dolls, Stacey McBride Irby. So in addition to featuring the 3 women who were instrumental in the creation and development of Black Barbie, the documentary also speaks to a number of other people, including experts like child psychologists who talk about Black Barbie and toys like Black Barbie in the self-image of Black children. And the documentary also features a fair amount of celebrities like Shonda Rhimes, whose company, Shondaland, actually produced this documentary. So again, her goal with this documentary is to hopefully create some sort of pipeline at Mattel because there are currently no Black designers at Barbie. Mattel, we hope you are listening and watching. If you're interested in knowing more about Black Barbie's history and roots, check out Black Barbie, a documentary on Netflix, streaming now. My friends, that is it for this edition of Pop Gumbo. As usual, I so appreciate you being here. You could choose to be anyplace else, but you chose to be here with me, and for that, I feel special. Make sure that you check out all the TKBS correspondents. We're available every day to bring you wonderful news and information. And if you love podcasting like I know you love podcasting, you are going to love the TKBS podcast featuring Kenny Burns and the crew. You definitely want to lock yourselves in on Tuesdays on all major podcasting platforms, 7:30 p.m. the same evening on Tuesday. You can catch Michelangelo, Tiffany, and the TKBS crew to talk about the recap of the episode. In fact, it's called The Recap. All this talk about travel to exotic destinations has me wanting to go somewhere. Luckily, I live in Florida, so I could just head to the beach. And so I'm going to leave you with the dream is real.